Yo, boy, Lizzie season back with another vid, back again after a little while. But hey, today we're doing something totally different, right? A lot of people saying Rent a Girlfriend is ass. I'm here to debate that. I'm gonna tell you the reasons why, but we're gonna check out this vid, man. Let me see. Made by. I want to check this out. Right? It says Rent a Girlfriend is genuinely wage paid. To be honest, I agree. But hey, let's see what he talking about. Right? Let's see what he talking about. Make sure you hit that like and sub. Let's not waste more time. Let's get to the vid, man.
I have watched hundreds of animes in my anime career, but never have I truly hated, truly despised any of them as much as I do Rent a Girlfriend. 400 plus chapters, 5 seasons, 60
Crazy.
episodes, and millions of dollars in animation budget wasted on arguably one of the worst pieces of fiction to have ever graced planet Earth. No plot progression, no character development, no
Okay, wait. Right now I'm on the 3rd season of Rent a Girlfriend, right? I'm on episode 1. I haven't started episode 1. I'm still going to continue. I hope this doesn't have much spoilers, but it is what it is. Let's hear what this guy has to say, bro. Now, I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that Rent a Girlfriend is not trash.
eyes, no nothing. They don't do nothing. They don't date, they don't do drugs, they don't play checkers. They don't do nothing. Jokes aside, genuinely speaking, I don't hate on many anime. Like, I even go out of my way to show love to the ones that actively get hated on. But I don't know. The rage I feel knowing Rent a Girlfriend is going to end up finishing the anime with like 9 seasons of perfect animation, while shows like Promised Neverland, Tokyo Ghoul, One Punch Man, Seraph of the End, Seven Deadly Sins, and Blue Lock couldn't even get a faithful adaptation just hurts my soul. Anyways, I thought I'd switch it up and cover a show that I don't actually like for you guys. So let's cut the yapping and get straight into the meat and potatoes. Man, I don't even feel comfortable saying that about this show. We are introduced to our main character, Kazuya Kinoshita, who's a 20-year-old college student living on his own in Tokyo. His life is amazing, and he even has a cute girlfriend.
Yeah.
Sorry, I fell in love with someone.
Mommy.
Let's break up.
That's insane. Bro, first episode, they're like, nigga, get the fuck out of my face. I don't want your ass no more, bro. Insane, bro. Insane.
Well, I'll be damned. But hey, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Losing your first girlfriend is just a canon event everyone has to go through, you know? So what do you think Kazuya over here decides to do after getting dumped? Maybe hit the gym? Start a self-improvement journey? No.
Rent a girlfriend? Rent a girlfriend?
Brother.
Could only have gotten that idea from Benjamin Netanyahu.
This absolute chud, after only being with mommy for less than a month, mind you, decides to rent a girlfriend because she broke up with him.
Bro, that's how pathetic this nigga is, brother. Now, let me explain why I'm saying that Rent a Girlfriend is not a trash anime. Rent a Girlfriend is not trash. Now, let me explain why. If it was trash, it wouldn't have reached 6 seasons. First point. Now, let me make this a little bit wider. So y'all can get me on this one. It shouldn't have gotten 6 seasons if it was that terrible. Number 2, y'all don't hate the anime. Y'all hate the main character, which makes sense, bro. Because this nigga Kazuya has one of the most pass the controller moments ever in anime history, brother. I am telling you, this man is the most pathetic anime character that I have ever seen, bro. And I've watched a ton of anime. This man is very disappointing. Y'all hate the main character. I mean, bro, the anime itself is absolute gas. In my opinion, it's very entertaining. Because right now, I watched season 1, season 2, right? I remember watching the first episode, second episode. I was like, what is this, bro? What is this, right? But I continued. And as he became even more pathetic, I just continued watching it for the plot. I continued watching it because it was entertaining to me. I was like, bro, I want to see what happens next. But every single time, this man is disappointing, bro. This man, bro, I am literally telling you right now, bro. Kazuya is the most disappointing anime character to ever live, to ever grace my screen. Every single time I have to bleach my eyes in order to see this man. This man, ladies and gentlemen, this man is absolute trash, bro. And I don't blame the man. His author, bro, the author of this anime, bro, a grown-ass man with a wife and kids has a grudge on this man right here, bro. Like, it's entertaining. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, it's very entertaining, bro. I remember I finished season 1 in, I think, a day. Because I wanted to see what's happening next, but let's hear this guy out.
How does a normal human being even come to this conclusion after a breakup? Fast forward to the next day and he meets up with his rental girlfriend, Mizuhara Chizuru. She's very pretty, whilst this guy is posted up with absolutely zero drip. What made him think that putting up to a first date dressed like a Baki character was a good idea? He pays the fee, and after doing some research, it turns out that he paid her 12,000 yen, which comes out to a smooth 75 bucks, $75, 75 doubloons. There's people out there who don't make that much after a full day at work, and he's paying her that amount for a singular hour. His parents saved up 1 million yen to support him with his living expenses while he's at uni, just for bro to be spending it on strippers. People always ask fuck daughter or gay son, but we should change that question to fuck daughter or Kazuya son. They go and have a little date, hitting up the aquarium, going around the city, and eventually even holding hands. Bro thought he was special because of that, but after reading other people's reviews, he realizes Chizuru was for the lands between, and she was just running her usual script. For whatever reason, he decides to hire her again, but this time instead of going along with it, he begins degrading her and hating on her side hustle, asking her if she feels empty for taking these kinds of jobs. Bro watch one too many Red Pill TikToks. Don't hate the player, hate the game. If there's people shameless enough to pay for it, who truly deserves the blame? Bro begins tweaking in public, so she grabs him and takes him away before she begins violating bro. She basically calls him a hypocritical bum because he literally paid for the service in the first place. Whilst he's getting chewed out, he gets a call from the hospital saying that his grandma passed out, so he runs away, and this is where I start having my issues. Why did Chizuru chase after bro? Like, I don't understand. If she just went...
Exactly, bro. If you're doing your job, you just got paid. Unless he didn't pay you beforehand. But if you just got paid, I would leave the guy. He's pathetic as shit.
Home after he ran away and refunded at 75 bucks. These 400 chapters of nonsensical nonsense wouldn't even have happened in the first place. All of this could have been circumvented from this point onwards. His granny even turned out to be completely fine when his parents ask him who the girl he's with is. They are low-key frying bro for never being able to pull that, so he feels so pressured and decides to say that she's his actual girlfriend. Chizuru goes along with it, leaving his parents straight flabbergasted. This is the equivalent to seeing your broke unemployed homie whose only accolade in life is reaching Celestial and Marvel Rivals pull up with a Rolex on his wrist. Like, come on bro, we know it's Fugazi. His grandma is so hyped up to the point that she starts shedding tears of real joy. She's even pushing for them to start cracking and get married. Mizuhara is playing it along perfectly, just for Kazuya's grandmother to go and tell her friends about it. As it turns out that she's friends with Mizuhara's grandma.
Bro, I just remember, right? I got a little bit of a spoiler that in the end of the chapter, I think it's still continuing even now, the end of the manga, right? That this nigga spent over 200k plus on this girl just to get rejected, bruv. Oh my god. A lot of people were happy for that. But, bro, imagine spending so much money for her to tell you that, bro, I still love this child, bro. That's why I'm telling you, this man is absolutely pathetic, bro. Bro, not even a human being is this pathetic. A real human, and this nigga is fictional. Like, nah, y'all gotta fix y'all issues, man.
mother who doesn't know that she's a part-time rental girlfriend. Kazuya finally acts like a real man and decides to own up before the lie gets out of hand, but that's when Chizuru interrupts bro and doubles down on the fact that they are dating. Long story short, it's over. The grannies out here praying together that their grandchildren are gonna get married. After everything calms down, they decide to just keep it going for a little bit before telling everyone that they broke up, which makes enough sense. He goes on a tangent yapping about how it's his family's dream to see him together with a nice girl, and how he tried to introduce Mamami but she broke up with him before he could. And not gonna lie, they tried so hard to make me care, but he just sounds like weak.
Tell Grain I'm sorry. And introduce a real girlfriend to her someday.
That's a flagrant foul for Kazuya. 2 free throws for Shea Gilgeous Alexander. Even Mizuhara calls bro corny for that weak ass attempt at trauma dumping. They go their separate ways, and it's honestly a sweet ending to an otherwise set of unfortunate coincidences. It's what I would have said if this shit didn't go on for another 5 seasons. Because as he's on his college campus, talking with his friends about the number of times they beat their meats yesterday, he bumps into, you guessed it, Chizuru Mizuhara, who's in a disguise, Reiji Miyajima. As I'm watching
First and foremost, this does not make any sense that, bro, later on in the season they're gonna find out about Chizuru, right? And then when she went, how don't y'all know how to depict between those two and see that this is the same person? It's like Miraculous Ladybug, bro. Like, y'all can hear the voices that, bro, I know this voice. And bro, they're literally blocking their faces with just this part, blocking this part, and this part is exposed and y'all don't know who they are. How is that even possible? Explain to me, how is that even possible? Like, y'all don't make this make sense. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense to me so that I can absolutely... Y'all are insane, bro. Not only that, his friends, bro, are absolute degenerates, dog. Like,
show in hindsight, with the knowledge that I already have attained from the future events, you have truly created one of the worst pieces of fiction I have ever seen in my entire life. And if you have a problem with what I'm saying, you can come kill me and I'm Kevin about it. We are ready to die behind this take. I seen what you did to Degenerosity. We are not scared. Mizuhara quickly dips out, and man, everything about this guy just pisses me off. Why does he keep wearing these cropped striped pants with the all-white Megami Falls? And his homies are also throwing together straight nonsense. This man is bottom half Attack on Titan scout and top half divorced English teacher. This has to be on purpose. Mizuhara takes him to the side and tells him not to tell anyone about his secret identity, and also tells him not to book her as a rental girlfriend ever again. Surely this has to be the end of the saga, right?
Yeah. What
even are the odds of this happening in real life? This is how people who never leave their house swear they are going to meet their soulmate.
Manish on the beach, Shabane.
All
my ops, they're dead. Why do they gas me up?
Bro.
Garen Monster Inc. Gang, just go inside and pretend you ain't seen nothing. I walk past people I went to school with for 3+ years. You met this girl twice. Kazuya goes inside when his grandma calls him that she's coming over so she can spend some time with Chizuru. He starts freaking out because he doesn't know what to do. I don't know, maybe tell her you broke up. He begins speaking and asks Mizuhara to be his girlfriend just for an hour because he doesn't want to disappoint his grandma. Chizuru tells him no, but this man ain't ready to take no for an answer. This is a 20-year-old grown man attempting to break and enter into a girl's apartment that he met 2 days ago. She eventually pushes bro out and he finally decides to come clean and tell his grandma. She says she already knew that there was no way that a pretty girl like Mizuhara would stay with a bum like him, and this truly should have been the end of the story. But nah, Mizuhara overheard the grilling he was getting by the balcony and felt bad for him, so decided to show up. This has to be the greatest method of rage bait the modern era has ever seen. The grandma accepted the reality where they broke up. Aside from them living next to each other, their lives could have pretty much gone back to normal, but Chizuru decided to step back in for absolutely no reason and restart the lie all over again. People often hate on Kazuya, and don't get me wrong, I hate him too, but Chizuru is not blameless in the situation at all. They spend some time together when the grandma dips out, and Chizuru agrees to be his girlfriend every Wednesday for 1 hour at the hospital with Granny. This is so extremely dumb. Like, why would this possibly work? It's only going to escalate. Even a 12-year-old could come to this conclusion and... Wait a minute. Don't tell me. Is this man gooning? Why?
He was feeding to mommy, bro. Oh my god, this nigga's so pathetic, gang. Oh my god. Kazuya, nigga, you're pathetic as shit, bro. This man, I'm telling y'all, I'm telling y'all don't hate the anime. Y'all hate the main bum-ass character. Cause, bro, he's really not pathetic, bro. He's really not pathetic. That's why I'm telling y'all, bro, I love this anime, bro. Genuinely, I love this anime. And y'all love it too. Even though it's the most, lowest rated romance anime, y'all just gonna continue coming back to it. If y'all keep on coming back to it, the author's doing something right. Trust me. The author's doing something right. But also, this nigga is so pathetic, bruv. Oh,
And they just show B-roll of this guy rubbing one out.
You nasty ass bastard!
Man, that's just way too much going on right now, man. My cortisol is spiking, and we're only on episode 2. We cut back over to Kazuya walking on campus when he runs into his ex-girlfriend, Mami. He tries to confront her for blocking him, but loses courage and just ends up staring at her buns. Fair play, I guess. That's when his day ones come in and says he should just forget about Mami and keep it moving. This
facts, bro. Forget about Mommy, bro. Even though I like saying Mommy. Now hold up. But saying Mommy is nice, bro.
is truly the first person to say anything above room temperature IQ in the entire show. Shout out, bro. It cuts over to Mami, and I don't know how to explain it, but the emptiness of her eyes reminds me of when Meliodas goes into his demon form. Nothing but darkness devoid of any warmth or light. Just pure, true evil.
He's the devil. Yeah, he is. He's smarter than you. He's luckier than you. Whatever you think's supposed to happen, I'm telling you, the exact reverse opposite of that is gonna happen.
Anyways, we switch over to Mizuhara and Kazuya returning from their agreed date to the hospital when they run into 2 of his homeboys who think he's getting finessed by a saleswoman. He ends up telling them that this is his actual girlfriend, and I'm not even mad or surprised anymore. Like, I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired. That info had the whole council flabbergasted. Imagine finding out your chopped homie who averages 3 goons per day is now dating Tyler. They ask whether they want to tag along to get some food with some lovers, and instead of just declining, this Neanderthal happily just agrees. They pull up and Kibe introduces Mizuhara as Kazuya's girlfriend just for
Bro, I don't understand why Mizuhara just kept on playing this game. Like, y'all just wanted to make the grandma happy. Y'all didn't need to do this with the homies, bro. Y'all didn't
to be revealed that Mommy is also at the function. Mommy says she also moved on and also found someone else. Mommy scoots over and begins playing some of the nastiest Wembenyama Prime Von Dyke level defense, exposing all of his insecurities in front of everyone. Kiba tries to step in and get her to calm down, but the damage is already done. She is toxic as hell, bro. Like, what's up with blonde-haired anime characters being toxic rage baiters? Mizuhara seems to have actually taken offense on behalf of Kazuya and decides to speak up, calling Mommy out for her toxic behavior. Hey, rent-a-girlfriend aside, she's a W person. Mommy tries to play the people like this. Narcissistic sociopaths that will just like antagonize you with like small shy remarks until you finally snap on them so they can pretend that they are the ones being attacked. It's just like one of the worst character traits a person can have. Mizuhara tries to get Kazuya to speak up, but bro just takes it and says that Mommy is right about him, so Mizuhara dips out. Mommy walks Kazuya home and even invites him over to her house so they can get busy. Listen up, my peoples. Some advice from Ankh. Be careful around manipulative women like this. She really came back into bro's life after she...
Nah, but to be honest, I can fix Mommy, bro. In my opinion, I can fix her, bro. In my opinion. Like, I can fix her. I can fix her.
Found out he was doing better without her, out here moving like an actual succubus. She continues to badmouth Chizuru when Kazuya actually steps up and defends her honor. He tells her that Chizuru is an amazing woman before running away. He meets her at the door and starts sympathy maxing, which makes Mizuhara feel bad for him, as she tells him that she's happy to let him rent her out more often if it will help him get over his breakup. Notice how she didn't say she can spend more time with him together regularly though. She's all about her paper, the fulus, the moolah, money made with a Mizuhara right here. Kazuya, Mommy and their friends end up going on a beach trip together, and just like I thought, Kazuya is trying to get back with Mami, whilst Mami is vague tweeting about him on a burner account like Kevin Durant. What is happening? She's truly the embodiment of that one evil light skin everyone swears ruined their life. Mami is determined to ruin Kazuya's and Mizuhara's relationship. She must have read 99 Laws of Power, because she's pulling out every form of manipulation, playing with Kazuya's feelings, the same way Sakura tried to do Naruto when he was looking for Sasuke. Whilst that was going on, we see that Mizuhara is somehow also at the beach with her friends, but she's wearing her disguise so no one knows it's her. Who is she feeling like? Clark Kent?
Like,
Shy
thank
college
you,
girl?
bro. Thank you. Like, the disguise is not convincing, bro. The disguise is not
by day and city level Bob by night. They run into the bathroom where Mami follows Kazuya, trying to figure out what's going on. Kazuya tries to lie his way out of it, but it truly might be over. Just for Mizuhara to put on a generational switcheroo, and not gonna lie, I see why Mami is so jealous. Mizuhara is bad as hell. After Mizuhara spends some time with Kazuya's friends, Mami drags him away and pops ult on him, kissing bro. Yo, Mami is actually shameless.
You know what's crazy? This is good, bro. This is good. But why not put this energy into a job or something? Like,
Even though her toxicity
Facts, bro. Facts. That was the right
enrages
move.
me, she actually makes the story a lot more digestible. Remember when our parents would watch them soap operas or those terrible reality TV shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians? This might be our equivalent of that, because despite how self-aware we are of the fact that this show is genuinely buns, we just can't stop watching. They return to their friend group and Kazuya
Thank you. I just said that. We can't stop watching. That's what I'm saying, bro. They're doing everything right by making the most buns-ass character of all time, bro. Everything is, bro, we can't stop watching.
Other than her and Chizuru were actually planning on breaking up when Kibe stands up and hits bro with a gum pistol to the cranium. Kazuya swings back and this scene is so cringe, man. Like, everyone is just missing a bunch of vital context, which makes it very hard to watch. At least Kibe becomes solidified as one of the only redeemable characters in the entire show, because he calls out Kazuya for embarrassing Chizuru and going after Mami again. Even though you got that Vegeta hairline and terrible drip, you'll always be good in my book, Kibe. After everything calms down, Chizuru says he made the right call and they can officially end this whole shebang. That's when Kibe has a private talk with Mizuhara and he basically vouches for Kazuya, explaining that despite some of his bad tendencies, he's actually a good guy. And I don't know, man, Kibe might actually be my goat. It makes me almost not want to slander this show. Having a friendship of virtue like this is like, it's so extremely rare. Like, someone who has your best interests at heart, no matter what, is someone you gotta cherish for as long as you possibly can, man. Like, these people, they're a dime a dozen, bro. He gives them 2 tickets for a ferry ride so they can have some alone time to talk things out. So Mizuhara accepts just for his sake. Mizuhara is feeling really unwell when Mami calls Kazuya. Chizuru walks out to the railing to get some fresh air but ends up falling overboard. Kazuya realizes this and without a second's hesitation, with perfect diving form, he jumps into the water. He must have got lessons from SGA. He swims after her and actually saves her life, dragging her all the way back to shore. Now, hold on now. Is this a redemption arc? Like, if All Might was there to witness this young man's heroic actions, he might have actually ended up with One for All. There's really a world out there where Kazuya is the one fighting against Shigaraki. Mizuhara tries to wake him up, but he's truly out cold. And not gonna lie, not to sound insensitive, but had Kazuya died right here, this would have unironically been a better ending than whatever the hell the manga is doing right now. Mizuhara decides to give him mouth to mouth as a final resort, which brings him back to life. And instead of saying thank you, he's more worried about the fact that he got himself 2 kisses in one day. They end up heading home and Mizuhara is low-key mad difficult. How many men would jump into the ocean to save a girl they haven't even known for a month? She's lucky she wasn't with me out there. That boat looked big as hell. Knowing my luck, I would have been turned into fufu by its propellers, trying to be the next builder of One for All. I have actually been pretty gracious up until now by skipping out a large majority of the gooning scenes, but I cannot let this one slide. They send the group photos of everyone on the beach into the GC, and this man's first thought after seeing Mami was to rub out a quick one. This is really and truly one of the
He gooned out too much, bro. This nigga gooned out too much. I don't understand, bro.
most down bad anime characters in fiction. He gives Denji a run for his money. And on top of everything, whilst using his imaginary gooning technique on Mami, he starts getting flashbanged by random thoughts of Mizuhara, which throws off his flow state. Like, he genuinely loses focus until he eventually realizes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Reiji, expect us to react. Woo. Oh my god, bro. The memes get me, bro.
That he's actually starting to fall in love with her. Long story short, it's basically that one T-Pain song, I fell in love with a stripper. Anyways, Kazuya, his parents, and his grandma end up going to a hot spring resort where they run into Mizuhara's grandma. I thought it was another unexplained coincidence, but she says that they planned a trip together since they became friends in the hospital and Mizuhara isn't there. She gives Kazuya his room keys, and when I saw the tea set on the table, my spidey senses would have started tingling, because shortly after, Mizuhara walks into the room also confused as to what's going on. Turns out the grandmas were out here conspiring together like Goku, Black, and Zamasu. I gotta respect it. This is an elite level play. Mizuhara instantly realizes and goes to confront them, but they straight up tell them to go back to the room and get to cracking. She goes to the hot spring to hopefully tell their grandma that they broke up, but after speaking to Kazuya's granny again, she gets cold feet and decides to just keep the act going a little bit longer. And not gonna lie, for a smooth second, they actually seem like a real couple. I'm low-key starting to root for Kazuya, despite the fact that this man has less game than Shamik Moore, absolutely 0 badges. Since he can't sleep, he decides to do a whole confession about his growing feelings for her and how he believes that being with her can like make him grow as a person. And hey, it took a while, but I think he finally realized that he needs to hop on that self-improvement journey. Love isn't about chasing the butterfly, it's about building a beautiful garden so that the butterflies come to you. And with that being said, follow my Instagram. I'm trying to find a wife. I thought he'd ask her to become friends or like, you know, maybe at least acquaintances, get to know each other a little bit more, but nah.
But even still, if you would allow me, if there's any way, I want to keep on renting you out.
Bro just asks if she can continue to rent her out, and Chizuru actually agrees and says it's okay. Mind you, this comes shortly after the fact that she said she's low on cash. She might be a D1 bag chaser, roadrunner, entrepreneur, hustler. She says she's happy to help him grow as a person and even help him find a real girlfriend. They end up running into his other homie called Kuri, who says he found himself a girlfriend too, and they can go on a double date together. Bro kinda looks like that one rat guy from One Piece, or maybe like a more chopped version of Nishiki from Tokyo Ghoul. And hey bro, there was truly no need for this visual. Like, come on man, what did this add to the story? Fast forward a few days and he introduces his girl when we see it's the same girl Kazuya ran into earlier. They go rock climbing and this man Kuri brought them here for one reason and one reason only. Anyways, Kazuya asks how Kuri managed to secure Ruka, and bro spouts some random Andrew Tate nonsense about how he mastered his masculinity or something like that. Ruka asks to speak to Mizuhara privately and she straight up asks whether she's a rental girlfriend.
The girlfriend, yeah.
Chizuru, are you a rental girlfriend?
Now we gotta get rid of her.
To convince her that she's not a rental girlfriend, so Ruka tells them to kiss, when Mizuhara fakes it pretty convincingly. Ruka still doesn't believe it though, but they manage to make it to the end of the date. Kazuya tries to chase after her to hopefully figure out whether she believes them or not, which doesn't even make any sense because it just makes them look more guilty, which is the same conclusion Ruka also came to. Kazuya tries to stop her. When some anime logic ends up happening, she says she won't tell anyone about Mizuhara being a rental. When Kazuya asks how she knew, she runs away as she trips and almost falls up the stairs. When Kazuya catches her sacrificing himself again. Damn, bro is 2 for 2 of the heroic actions. You may very well have some potential, kid. She ends up revealing to Kazuya that the reason she knew is because she's also a rental girlfriend. Like... Man, birds of a feather flock together. They are both losers through and through. Some more time passes, and after having a strategy meeting with Mizuhara, they decide that they should keep an eye out on them to make sure they don't snitch. Kazuya tries to meet up with Kuri when he runs into Ruka, who says that she's there for him. They run into an empty room in the hopes of avoiding him, but it's too late. I thought this would jumpstart like another set of lies, but Ruka stands up and straight up exposes bro for renting her out in front of Kazuya, and I can just feel the sheer amount of embarrassment bro must be feeling right now. This is low-key the equivalent to being exposed for being subscribed to an OnlyFans model. Kazuya goes to tell Mizuhara about what happened when Ruka pulls up on the stairs like an enemy stand user. Matter of fact, this is how Dio stood on them stairs in part 3 of JoJo's. She's confused as to why him and Mizuhara are so close despite her being rented. Then out of nowhere, she swears that she will never tell anyone about their relationship as long as Kazuya goes out with her. Yo, like, what is going on?
Another part I was like, bruv, you won. First thing you do, go to Grams and tell her, nah, you and Kazuya, nah, you and Chizuru broke up. First thing you do. Second thing, introduce Ruka to Grams. That's the second thing. Third, you get a hottie. Just like that. The anime should have ended like that. All the slap, like pathetic ass nigga should have stopped there. But I guess they was like, nah, it ain't enough.
That if Kazuya cares so much for a rental girlfriend to the point that he would jump off a boat for her, then he would probably do even more for a real girlfriend. And you know what? Fair enough, I guess. Like, she actually sees his good qualities in him and wants to make him happy by filling that void. And you know, I'm sadly ashamed to admit that this form of love bombing would probably work on me. Like, I'd get swept right off my feet. She wastes no time unless Chizuru knows she ain't trying to share Kazuya. Don't let mommy find out about this one, bro. She's gonna turn into Rachel from Tower of God and push bro off a cliff or something. And call me crazy, but it seems like Chizuru is getting a little bit jealous. Like, I don't know. She does make some valid points and says that if she's blackmailing him to go out with her, she's probably isn't gonna be like a good long-term girlfriend. He tells Ruka the cold hard truth, which makes her cry, so it does actually seem like she truly cares about him. Man, even in this piece of slop romance anime, the short-haired girl still doesn't end up as the true winner. After seeing how much she clearly cares about Kazuya in her own way, Chizuru tells him to just go along with it for the time being until they can think of a real solution. This is the type of problems I and Koji be dealing with, bro. Why is Kazuya dealing with this? He's been messaging him every day, calling him every day, meeting up with him every day, and basically giving him absolutely zero personal space. This
facts, bro. At this point, bro, you won. What else does this piece of trash want, bro?
reminds me of how Light be getting.
This is one of the pass the controller moments, bro. Like, pass the controller if you ain't gonna play, bro.
Rage baited by Misa.
This is the first time in my life that I've been provoked to hit a woman.
Anyways, Kazuya ends up spotting Mizuhara in public, so this weirdo decides to follow her when she meets up with Haizaki from Kuroko no Basket. They go on a little mini date, which had Kazuya ready to drop to his knees, expecting the worst, out there having actual cock fantasies. After this jobless bum follows them for the entire day, he jumps out in an attempt to stop them from kissing, even though they weren't actually gonna kiss. And this isn't actually her boyfriend, but more so like a work colleague, which, again, is none of bro's business. If she was out there throwing it back in circles in the middle of Shibuya Crossing, that ain't got nothing to do with him. She ends up revealing that she's actually an actress on the come up, wanting to make it big one day, which is also why she does the rental girlfriend stuff, because it allows her to make money whilst polishing her skills. Hey, you go girl, chase your dream, get that bag. After the guy leaves, she turns around and pulls out a phone case and gives it to Kazuya as a gift, since his phone screen cracked after he saved her on the boat. Wow, she truly does seem to care a little bit about Kazuya, out here acting like a little tsundere. This is how Haruhito was moving at the end of Classroom of the Elite Season 1. Fast forward a few days and bro actually got a job? Hold on now, this writing, it might be fire. He's already doing better than you and me. The self-improvement journey starts today. Ruka is still applying that full court pressure, even taking him to a love hotel. I have never seen someone so terrified of a relationship. This is how Tatsumi was running away from S-Def in a Kami ga Kill. Kazuya explains the entire family situation to Ruka, so she on
another pass the controller moment, bruv. Like, bro, oh my god, Kazuya, dog. Like, bro, the author really hates this guy, bro. Like, genuinely, the author does not fuck with this nigga. Not even close. Which is insane.
Understands why him and Mizuhara spend so much time together. Anyhow, the situation de-escalates and Chizuru and Kazuya meet up with their grandma on New Year's Eve, just for this home wrecker to also pull up. I'm getting a headache just trying to keep up with all this drama. Like, I know I said earlier that this would probably work on me. I'll take it back. This is too much. Ruka pressed Chizuru in the bathroom and tells her that if she actually doesn't like Kazuya, she should just cut him off instead of dragging it on. And you know, she makes a pretty good point. She takes Kazuya's granny away with the intent of telling her the whole truth, but ends up changing her mind when seeing the way she talks about Mizuhara. Man, this show loves edging people. You know, this situation kind of reminds me of this one random romance anime I watched between these two people that had to get married for work-related reasons, so pretended they were getting married, but after pretending, they actually fell in love, so told their families that they were initially faking it, but then actually fell in love and now they're gonna get married. But you know, there's one key difference between that show and this one. That show wrapped up in 12 damn episodes. This whole back and forth is going to continue for the next decade, because as we cut over to the next scene, this psychopath Ruka got a job at the same place Kazuya works at. His friends end up pulling up to his job, and you know what, Kazuya, I truly owe you an apology. Your fits are still hot dookie juice, but this man right here with the Nendo from Psyche K Mohawk has officially put together the worst fit I have ever seen in anime history. Walked out the house with the United Kingdom spandex, Panda by Monclesi, and his mom's brown boots. Like, what you got going on, bro? Fashion niggas will put something like this together and swear it's hard because it's Balenciaga. Turns out they came to speak to him about Curry because they are worried about his mental health since breaking up with Ruka. They found his Twitter burner account and he's been tweeting a bunch of stuff about heartbreak. I wouldn't be surprised if he reposted some Bart Simpsons edits with XXX Tentacion in the background. Kazuya decides to look out for his bro by paying Mizuhara to take him out on a date, which will make him realize that he's not the only one doing down bad stuff. And you know what? I guess, bro, like, what happened to hopping on the game and having a deep conversation on PlayStation Party? Like, that's always done the trick for me personally. After the whole day, their plan truly seems to have worked. They are true friends, at least. Like, you know, they are really clowning each other over their respective L's. They all return home and Mizuhara asks Kazuya to go on a date with this girl called Sumi because she's apparently so shy that she started to get bad reviews on her dates. She's super introverted and kinda clumsy. She low-key reminds me of what's her name? Bocce the Rock. She's got like the similar archetype. Like, you know, she's socially awkward when Kazuya seems normal in comparison to her. Whilst they're on a date, they are being trailed by none other than Mami. Whilst he's cleaning up in the toilet, she makes a move applying full court pressure onto Sumi.
To be honest, Mommy's the GOAT, dog. I'm not gonna lie, Mommy's the GOAT.
Sumi locks in though and is actually ready to play ball. This is the equivalent to a domain clash in JJK. Look how locked in she is. Mommy goes home and she's overly jealous. And you know what? I'm not saying I understand the jealousy because I think jealousy is such a stupid trait. I understand why she's like flabbergasted, bro. Like, Kazuya went from getting no type of play, being a complete loser bum chud bum, to now having the females fawning over him like he's Ayano Koji, Sinbad, or even Satoru Gojo. I understand. She decides to search up Sumi's name to see if a complete
he's Ayano Koji and Satoru. He's
loser bum chud bum, to now having the females fawning over him like he's Ayano Koji, Sinbad, or even Satoru Gojo. I understand. She decides to search up Sumi's name to see if she can stalk her socials when she comes across her rental.
He's even like he's Ayano Koji, Satoru, and Enos Vortigo combined, bro. Combined with those three, but the fact of the matter, he does not have their type of aura. He does not.
Profile. The plot thickens. Kazuya and Chizuru meet up on their usual balcony when she tells him that she's probably going to quit being a rental girlfriend since she might land a part-time acting role. Bro almost collapsed right there and then, damn near going through a second heartbreak. Anyways, Chizuru is also having second thoughts about quitting, so takes on another job to get her mind off it. But when she gets to the location, we see it's none other than Mami, who hired her under a false identity, pulled up on her like Geto did on Gojo in Shibuya. Mami is truly the only thing making me want to keep watching this show right now. We switch back over to Ruka and Kazuya, who are at work together, when it seems like he is finally ready to stop being a sneaker affiliate and actually
bro, he should have done this, bro. Oh my god.
Wants to move on from Mizuhara and focus on Ruka instead. So this show should really be called Rent-a-Coincidence, because as he's about to move on with Ruka, Mami and Mizuhara walk through the hallway of the karaoke store and look at their expressions on their faces. This is how Negan was Lil Bro and Rick in season 8 of The Walking Dead. Why is she more intimidating than Johan? Mizuhara tries to talk to her, but she's just making her have a whole date with her. Mami is making valid points. If she wasn't a deranged, evil psychopath obsessed with her ex that she dumped in the first place, man, this entire cast is just full of a bunch of dysfunctional characters, except for Kibe, of course. He's truly the GOAT. Kazuya ditches work to follow them around when Mizuhara asks Mami what she really thinks about Kazuya. She's really pouring her heart out, and it's clear that she really wants Kazuya to find someone that makes him happy. I'd say that at the bare minimum, their relationship has reached like friendship level. Mami tells Mizuhara that her and Kazuya's relationship has nothing to do with her before she dips out. Chizuru and Kazuya meet up at their apartment, where he tells her that he saw everything since he worked at the karaoke place and thanks her for holding it down. Mizuhara apologizes and rambles on about how she's sorry for not being able to find him a girlfriend, but before she can even finish her dialogue, Kazuya bursts out with a confession and says that he's in love with her and wants to be with her for real. Or so I thought. We should really call this show Rent and Edging, because bro backed out and says that he wants her as a rental rental girlfriend. I feel like if he just kept it real from this point onwards, he'd have a much better chance of actually getting with her. Now, I truly believe if we had some sort of vague conclusion or some vague open interpretable ending with maybe a moving at the end of these 12 episodes, this show wouldn't get any hate whatsoever and would just be another 12 episode romance anime. But it's for the mere fact that this waste of animation, this waste of paper, this waste of budget continues to get
This waste of a main character, bro.
renewed, and even after 400 chapters, the ending isn't even confirmed to be this year yet. That's what infuriates a lot of people the most, I feel like. It's just the fact that it's so dragged out. I actually even have a game theory as to why this show got as popular as it did. If this didn't air during the peak of COVID, during the peak loneliness epidemic, this show probably wouldn't have gotten any traction at all. I feel like everyone went through their little romance arc during the COVID pandemic. Like, everyone was in their feelings. Anyways, if you made it to the...
Hey, man. Thanks for the vid, man. To be honest, bro, Kazuya, you gotta fix your shit, man. I'm still gonna watch season 3, 4, 5, and I heard 6 is releasing this year, or it's already released. We just gonna check it out. But hey, I'm gonna end the video there, y'all. Make sure you hit that like and sub, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.